hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope everyone's had a fantastic Tuesday. Everyone's feeling great. And today on the cards, we have something different. I'm not gonna lie, we have something a tiny bit different. I was thinking about what to talk about, basically, what to discuss, and I thought, let's shift away from Arsenal for a tiny second, for a tiny bit. Let's just put it that way. Let's shift away from Arsenal. And I was scrolling, literally was scrolling through certain pages, certain articles about football, about looking at them, reading through them, and specific one caught my eye. Basically, one where ESPN, yes, America, what is a kilometer, and all this stuff, basically has ranked top 100 footballers in 2025, and that got me thinking. Do I agree? Would you agree? And I think that could also be a choice. That would also be a very interesting topic of discussion. Let's just put it that way. Basically, how they have done it, it's a bit interesting to say the least. But basically, I'm gonna show you this right now, how they have ranked it, and we're gonna go through it ultimately during the stream, of course. But yeah, that's how they have done it. The 24-25 football 100 best players by position. Well, basically what they have done here, they have sorted them into goalkeepers, fullbacks, center backs, defensive central midfielders, attacking midfielders, wingers, and center forwards. Some of them go as top 10, some of them are top 15, some of them are even top 20, and that most likely are attackers, let's be real. But they basically have ranked top 10 best players or more in every single position. Now, obviously, we are football people. If you are not new to the channel, we watch Premier League, other leagues, and we discuss these things. For example, we have very big, long, strong debates regarding football. Who is better? Who is worse? Like, is Kvaratskhelia better than Saka? Is Yamal better than Salah? And all this stuff is going all over the place. Let's just put it that way. So I thought, why not go down the rabbit hole? Let's go through all of these and see what they say. Do we agree? Do we disagree? And we will also discuss this. We definitely will discuss this. There will be disagreements, so 100% I can guarantee you that much. So we will definitely get into it. And I know. This is a completely different style of stream I usually do, but I thought, why not? Like, seriously, why not? Because it's international break. It's slowly coming to an end. Arsenal games are getting closer. And basically, let's be real, when Arsenal comes along, Arsenal are going to be the top priority on that channel. So might as well get it out of my system as it goes right about now. Let's just put it right about now. So like the stream if you're excited. Subscribe if you are new, and there definitely will be some discussions, so definitely let your voice be heard down in the live chat, of course, people. So yeah, big up coach, long time no see, brother. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're feeling fantastically well today, my bro. Let's see how you're doing. Let me know how you're doing today, how you're doing in general. Maybe something new is happening in your life and something interesting is happening in your life, so definitely let me know how you sorry, my nose is itchy, how you are feeling. But yeah, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. We're literally gonna see how this goes. Big up Andrew, big up is Sanol. When I think Merino is the best striker in the world. He's up for Ballon d'Or or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, what a baller. Who needs Zlatan and Ronaldo? Exactly. Who needs R9 and stuff like that? But yeah. I think we're not gonna drag this too long. We basically are gonna dive straight into it, and we gonna kick things off with, well, goalkeepers. We're going to kick things off with goalkeepers. Top 10 goalkeepers according to, well, USA. Let's just put it that way. According to USA. It is what it is. I have to put it that way. According to ESPN. And here we go. Number 10th best goalkeeper according to them in the world is Matt Sells. And hard to argue, to be honest, given how he plays for Nottingham Forest, how good he has been in Premier League. Ninth on the list is Mike Magnan, which I actually would agree upon. Definitely would agree upon. It's nothing too drastic. Like the goalkeepers are very different place, and it's very hard to rank them in general. Unai Simon from Athletic Bilbao and Spain, because he's Spain's number one, won Euros and everything. He's in number 8. Obviously, for club, he's not doing that well because Bilbao are not that team. But for national team, definitely he's number 1 and doing great. Jan Sommer, definitely Jan Sommer, number 7th, is also, in my opinion, very, very deserved. Because let's be real, what he does for Inter, how many clean sheets he does, obviously that was under Inzaghi. How he does at the moment going to do under Radu, that's a completely different story. But Jan Sommer definitely was one of the big bright spots for Inter Milan in general. Not maybe in Champions League final, but in that. And here we go, first Arsenal player. First Arsenal player on the books, people. David Raya, according to ESPN, is the 6th best goalkeeper in the world. Now, the question is, do you agree with this? Do you agree with David Raya being the 6th best goalkeeper in the world? Let me know what you think down in the live chat as well. So busy with coaching, full tilt, no work, no pay type. When you work for yourself, yeah, 100%, 100%. And yes, I know Ronaldinho for you is the best player of all time. We are doing at the moment top 100 footballers in 2025. They are ranking, so not all time, just 2024, 25. Big up. David Raya is the 6th one, which is very interesting. He's actually kind of, I don't want to say high, but also don't want to say low, because defense definitely plays a big factor into him being this high, I think, in the table. Jan Oblak, he is 5th, and this is one of those ones where I definitely would be arguing a bit. If we speak about Jan Oblak, I think a few years ago, yes, I definitely would agree with that. But Jan Oblak, as of now, let's just put it as of now, let's just put it that way, the recent Jan Oblak, it's not the same. It's not the same. For me personally, he should be about 7th or 8th. I don't think he's that high. Still remember how he made about 50,000 saves against Arsenal in Europa League semifinals for Atletico Madrid, right? We all remember that. But at the same time, it's long time, and I think he has fallen from grace a tiny bit. Number 4 is Emiliano Martinez, World Cup winner and Aston Villa goalkeeper still. Kind of can agree with that. Number 3 is Donnarumma, Champions League winner. I'm not against it. Donnarumma being in top 3. He's now at Man City, of course. Second place is Alisson. Interesting. Second place is for Alisson. And the first place is Thibaut Courtois, which is a bit of a controversial one because Thibaut Courtois, in my opinion, has not been the best one. He's not the goalkeeper. Obviously, Real Madrid also wasn't the same last season, so it's a bit hit and miss. Let's just put it that way. I think stats maybe might not show it, but definitely it is not the same. The ACL didn't do him any favors, but he still came back and did his thing. So I think Courtois is... I would put Alisson first and Courtois second. No, that's wrong. I would put Alisson first, Donnarumma second, and to be honest, based on last year at least, and Courtois third. But it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. And you notice that there is no Ederson, for example, on the list as well, people. Definitely you have noticed that as well. Big up, Cooper. Big up, Cooper. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. These lists, they are subjective. That's the thing. How the mentioned names probably deserve to be in top 10, but the placement will always be weird. Definitely. That is the case. But the big thing is goalkeepers and certain positions are kind of given, right? They are kind of given in those terms, right? Once we get to, let's just say, center backs, attackers, definitely, there will be some names left out. And I 100% can guarantee you that there will be names in there that, in our opinion, should not be there. So once we get to those, it will be much, much more interesting. Goalkeepers are kind of straightforward, in my opinion, with these. Big up, people. Smash the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Well, those were the goalkeepers, which definitely is very straightforward, as we talked about. Now, the big thing is we now gonna get to fullbacks, which is definitely gonna get much, much more spicy. Big up, Beggy. Big up, Beggy. Hope you're doing the I count Odegaard with 3J. In this match, 0 for us. Well, hey, 5-0 at halftime against Moldova does that, doesn't it? Like, that actually works. Well, for Norway, at least he can score. At least he scores somewhere, I guess. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, Fullbacks. Fullbacks. Basically left backs and right backs. This is a mix, but of top 10 fullbacks, right backs slash left backs in the world, according to, well, ESPN, USA, what is a kilometer, and all this stuff. Jurrien Timber is number 10. Not sure how I feel about this. It's a big subjective, like, let's just put it that way, but at the same time, Jurrien Timber had a phenomenal season last year. Whether he had the injuries or not, you kind of cannot disagree that he had somewhat phenomenal season, to say the least. Let's just put it that way. So definitely, it's a bit of an interesting one. Definitely a bit of an interesting one. But Jurrien Timber, according to ESPN, is in the number 10 spot. Number 9 is Denzel Dumfries. Really? Denzel Dumfries is number 9. I'm not gonna lie, I don't rate Denzel Dumfries that highly. That's just my personal opinion. I think he shouldn't be even on the list in the top 10, but that's a bit different story. His key stat is led Serie A defenders with 7 goals. Well, if he was playing in Premier League, he would not be nowhere close given how much Arsenal score. What was Timber's key stat? His 50% tackle success rate was the 3rd highest in the Premier League last season, which is actually quite nice, I'm not gonna lie. Number 8 is Jeremy Frimpong. Again, for me personally, and this is again another subjective one, but for me personally, Jeremy Frimpong is a bit overrated. I'm not gonna lie. Jeremy Frimpong is a bit overrated. Like, I don't know whether it's just me or you feel the same way, but for me personally, Jeremy Frimpong is a bit overrated. I guess it is what it is at the end of the day, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. These are very subjective lists, aren't they? Because this is definitely not going down the route that we expected all to go. Let's just say it as it is. Now, where is it? Next one. DiMarco is this number 7. Balde. Balde is the 6th. I agree with Balde. He's actually very, very decent. Very decent. DiMarco as well. Like, DiMarco as well, for me, he counts as a wing back, not actually a fullback. Just like you're saying, Frimpong is a wing back also. He needs another list exactly, just like with DiMarco, just like with Dumfries. He's not an out-and-out fullback, especially given the formation they play at 3 at the back. So it's a weird one. That's why these lists, to some extent, are very subjective and very, let's just say, debate-inducing and debate constructed. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, DiMarco is 7. Balde, I will agree upon. Alphonso Davies is 5th. This is something I kind of don't want to agree upon. Alphonso Davies is 5th. Because for me personally, I'm not gonna lie, Alphonso Davies for me strikes as a player who, if he didn't have pace, I'm not too sure how he actually would look on the pitch. Because Davies, to some extent, is like Hector Bellerin before the injury. He had pace, which bailed him out a lot of times, just like Kyle Walker, for example. Kyle Walker had a lot more physicality, obviously, around him. But overall, for me, like, Alphonso Davies gives Bellerin vibes to some extent. Because if Alphonso Davies loses his pace, yes, to some extent he has the technical ability, but he won't have the sprint, the quick first step anymore. And then he's gonna be done over, and he will have to focus a bit more defensively, which again will show what is what. And for me, Alphonso Davies, if you want to classify him as a fullback, he needs to defend. And defensively, I'm not so sure. I'm literally not convinced, just like about Frimpong, for example. Defensively, definitely, that for me, that raises more questions than gives answers, at least for me personally. Nuno Mendes is on. How is Nuno Mendes only 4th? So who are in front of him if Nuno Mendes is only 4th? For me, Nuno Mendes, arguably, is the best left back in the world, I would arguably say. Jules, how is Koundé 3rd? Like, how is Koundé 3rd as a fullback? That, again, for me, makes no sense. Like, that is hella confusing for me. because yes, he plays as a fullback for Barcelona and everything, but again, he has he's more of a serve in a three at the back. He actually would be decent. I don't know, this ESPN with a soccer making a list of European players. Exactly. Hence why I am doing this right now. Hence why I'm doing this right now. That's why I'm talking about this, because that's why I wanted to see how America, what is a kilometer, and all this stuff, see these things, sees football basically. That's why I'm doing this. And Jules Koundé being third, definitely for me, I would accept Jules Koundé being, let's just say, seventh, maybe sixth, seventh, or eighth more realistically. But third is definitely a massive stretch for me. Definitely. Massive, massive stretch. Sorry, Trent is second. Big up AFC always. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Love the new profile picture with Titi. Absolutely love it. How is Trent second? According to ESPN, Trent is the second best fullback in the world. Again, for me, Nuno Mendes is better and everything. Like, it makes no sense unless they build the top 100 players in specific formations. They probably don't even know they exist. Exactly. That is what you also said before, because there are multiple players we have already seen here that should be classified as wingbacks, not fullbacks, but wingbacks. And again, that makes the list much more, I don't want to say relevant, but much more questionable. Let's just put it that way. Because for me, Trent definitely is not the second best fullback in the world. Attacking wise, yes. Defensive wise, no chance in hell whatsoever. No chance in hell whatsoever. Big up Wahaha. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Like, for me, that is the big mystery. How is Trent second best fullback in the world? According to them, of course. Third place is Hakimi. First place is Hakimi. Yeah, with Hakimi, I can see that. I can live with that. I have no problems with that. 100%, I have no problems, no issues, no nothing with that. Now, obviously, after fullbacks, we have center backs. And that, exactly, Trent is not it. Attacking wise, with passing these options and ball distribution, that's definitely 100%. But look at this. They have Trent as second, Jules Koundé as third, by the way, and then you have players like Nuno Mendes just fourth. For me, Nuno Mendes arguably is the best left back in the world. Arguably for me. And of all of these, you have a right back, you have another right back, and another right back. You have no left backs. So for me, arguably, PSG has the best fullback partnership in the world, if you ask me, at the moment at least. So it's kind of weird one. I can live with Hakimi, exactly. I can live as well. There's no issues with Hakimi as the best right back in the world, because there are more arguments for it than actually against. Anyways, center backs, and this is gonna be nuts one. It's ESPN. It's not gonna make sense. Exactly. Hence why I'm doing this. Because I want to start this debate in the chat as well with you guys. How, let's just say, we as Europeans, most of the Europeans who watch football on a consistent basis, see this as a what's its face, as a Americans see, compare it basically. Top Gunnar spunking over Madueke because he scored for England. Oh, bloody hell. Odegaard as well has 2 goals or assist or 2 goals and 2 assists and a goal today against Moldova, you know. How is Hausen 10th? Like, make it make sense. Hausen shouldn't be even on the list. Exactly. This is the Americans speaking. How is Hausen number 10 in the world? Best top 10 center back in the world. In which universe does that make any sense whatsoever? What has he done and achieved to be the top 10 best center back in the world? Like, serious talk. I bet Zabarny will be there. We'll see. I haven't seen this list. Anyways, number 9. Murillo. Not gonna lie, I can live with that. I can live with Murillo as being the number 9 in the center back situation. I can live with Murillo being number 9. He is one of those that most likely next summer is gonna go to a big club. 100%. He might go to PSG to replace Marquinhos, maybe, or something like that long term. He might go to some place like that. He might go to Arsenal if Saliba leaves to Real Madrid or something, right? I can live with that, with Murillo being as a number 9. Exactly. It's fair, in my opinion, definitely. Number 8, Ibrahima Konate. I think that's fair. I think definitely that's fair. I could definitely put in a strong argument for him to be higher. Let's just say 6th potentially, but 8th depending on who is coming next, because I envision there to be still at least 3 players or 4 from Premier League. I can see Konate being fair assessment of being 8th, but he definitely could be also 6th. Let's just put it that way. And also see this. Last year in ESPN rankings, he was 23rd. 23rd, you know. Number 7, Marquinhos. Fair. I think it's fair for Marquinhos. Definitely. Obviously won the treble and everything, but it's fair for Marquinhos, 100%. 7. Kubarsi. Now, I'm sorry. I love Kubarsi. He's a fantastic defender and fantastic center back. But for him to be already classified as a top 10 center back in the world, for me is a massive stretch. Because based on last season as well, you cannot say that he has been better than Konate, who won Premier League, better than Marquinhos, who won the treble. You cannot tell me that. I can accept Kubarsi above Hausen 100%. I can accept maybe being on the same level as as Murillo maybe, but him being better according to ESPN than Marquinhos and Konate, it makes literally 0 sense. That's a lot of exactly. Was he even that good? He was. He actually was very good last season for Barcelona, but to rank him up there, it might be just the Barcelona tax which is making him that high, definitely. We are going to number 5. Number 5, Bastoni. I think that's fair. Bastoni being 5th, that's definitely fair in my opinion. But Bastoni being 5th is 100% fair. Also, I wouldn't mind Bastoni signing for Arsenal if we sell Saliba. Let's just put it that way. Bastoni being 5th is all fair share game, in my opinion. That is definitely a decent assessment. Let's just put it that way, of Alessandro Bastoni and the way he carried the Inter Milan team and how he played. Very calm, very good on the ball, very good defensively. He has that Italian grit in him and grind. I think that's fair. Definitely, that is fair for Bastoni. Let's just put it that way. So many players look so free without Arteta. I'm telling you, like most of the Arsenal players that are international break actually look good. That is the nuts part. Number 4, Gabriel Magalhaes. Thoughts? Big Gubby, arguably Arsenal's best center back, best defender. Number 4. Do you think that's fair? Because I'm still expecting Saliba. I'm still expecting Van Dijk, which makes 2. The third one, I would say, is going to be Rudiger, maybe. But Gabriel number 4, I think that's fair as well. I think that's fair. Okay, Zabarni won't be in there, phew. Yeah. Gabriel 4th, I think that's fair. Definitely think that's fair. And Rudiger is 3rd. Yeah, by the way, where is Pacho? Where is Pacho? You want to tell me you're going to include players like, where are they? Kubarsi and Hausen, but you're not going to include Pacho, who won treble last year. How does that make any sense whatsoever? DVD, Saliba, Rudiger. Yeah, I think that is the top three. Gabriel's better than Saliba, like Saliba better with Gabriel. Exactly. I assume the two, yeah. See, number 2 is William Saliba. He's the complete modern defender. See, modern defender. Smooth, stylish, and quick. Yeah, I think that's why. And the first one is Van Dijk. Has to be, yeah. First one is Van Dijk, without shadow of a doubt. But in which universe there is no Pacho, for example? That for me is a big question mark. Why no Pacho in this? Why no Pacho in this? Like, in which universe does that make any sense? I kind of don't get it. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely kind of don't get it. England 3-0. Serbia are getting annihilated. I'm not gonna lie. My national team is still losing, by the way. Well, we conceded the penalty. Fantastic, for sake. Romania, Bosnia, Hungary, Portugal, Norway are 6-0 up, by the way. Haaland has a hat trick. No, Haaland has 4 goals. Odegaard has goal and 2 assists. Holy crap. But yeah, definitely still questionable. It should have been 20. Exactly, it should be 20, and then you can make actually more fair assessments. Now, next position we are moving in is, and I'm telling you this now, it is defensive / central midfielders. So number 8s and number 6s. Number 8s and number 6s, basically. We are in there. And starting off us in 15th place, this will be a top 15, not going to be a top 10, is Sandro Tonali. 15th best midfielder in the world according to ESPN. Now the question mark is, if he is 15th, who is higher than him? Like, serious talk. Who will be higher than him if Sandro Tonali is 15th? Because in my opinion, he's one of the best midfielders there is. Where did I miss left backs, or still come? We did left backs. It was full backs. Remember, right backs, right wing backs, left wing backs. We had Alphonso Davies, Di Marco, Balde from Barcelona, and Nuno Mendes. There were 4 left backs and 6 right backs. You missed them. It was in the beginning. Nuno Mendes was like 4th or 5th. Balde was 3rd, and all. Who else did I name? Who was else there and everything? Di Marco was 7th, I think it was, and stuff like that. You missed them. Exactly. That is stupid. Exactly. Sandro Tonali is 15th. Exactly. Tonali is super good. I expected Tonali in this ranking to be higher. I'm not gonna lie, but he is 15th, which makes me wonder what players are above him. Let's just put it that way. Probably some head scratchers to come. Maybe. Number 14, Tchouaméni. Now, sorry, I don't want to be a stickler here, but for me, Tonali is better than Tchouaméni. At the moment, at least, definitely. Just putting it out there. And Tchouaméni, half the time, he plays also center back many times for Real Madrid when they have injured players, Asensio and everyone, Rudiger, Alaba, Militao when they were injured. For me, I'm not gonna lie, Tonali is better than Tchouaméni. So what are we doing here? Next one, number 13, Fabian Ruiz. I'm not gonna lie, that's fair. Exactly. Meh, Tchouaméni over Tonali. Make it make sense. Fabian Ruiz, number 13. I think that's okay, given how he's one of the main. He plays for, obviously, for Spain as well, but for PSG, he's one of the main midfielders together with Vitinha and João Neves, right? And he's the creative box-to-box type of part and everything. Like, at the same time, you could also put a very strong argument for him to be higher, couldn't you? Let's just put it that way as well. Yeah, see? Could be higher, exactly. He could be higher. The question is which players are higher. I wanted Fabian Ruiz at Arsenal, same. I wanted Fabian Ruiz, obviously the year we signed Merino, but I also wanted him even before that at some point. But yeah, when we signed Merino, I was begging we signed Fabian Ruiz because there were some vague links. I'm not gonna lie. Number 12. Oh, there it is. Why? Why is he on the list? Why is he on the list? I get that he now plays even in MLS, by the way, at the moment. Why is he on the list? That for me now is the next question. Because for me, Tonali, Ruiz, even even the third one with Chouameni to some, no, not Chouameni, but Ruiz and Tonali are better than Rodrigo De Paul, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I don't know what you think. Let me know in the chat, of course. But what? I wanted Olmo too. Same. I wanted Olmo as well. 100% agree. I wanted Fabian Ruiz and Olmo. If you sign Spanish players, at least sign some good ones. Let's just put it that way. But I think Rodrigo De Paul, like, same. I don't like De Paul in this list 100%. Number 11, Frankie De Jong. Okay, this list is confusing. De Paul had a good season, but Ruiz had better. Exactly. I would argue Tonali had better than season than Fabian Ruiz as well. That is the big thing. How is Frankie De Jong in this list? He was such a talent at Ajax. He went to Barcelona so quickly, and it feels like it has absolutely annihilated him. He's one of those players that if he actually chose the proper career path, not to jump straight from Real Ajax to Barcelona, he could have been massive. He could have been one of those guys, one of them. But injuries, obviously, that Barcelona shirt and everything. And like for me, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. Big up views. Big up views on sport. How you doing today, brother? Hope everything is well with you. Hope everything is okay with you, my guy. Hope everything is okay, people. Subscribe to views as well. Drop him a sub. Subscribe also to his new channel, and I don't have it on the short notice to put a link. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that. So if there are any mods in the chat, you could do a shameful plug. Let's just put it that way. You could do a shameful plug and just put or views. You can do it yourself, by the way. I think you should be a mod. I made you a mod. I made you a mod, so you can do it as well. I didn't know why I didn't have you as a mod, but you definitely can do it now. Again, who are we talking about? We are talking about both. Yeah, we are talking about 6s and 8s combined. That is the big thing. That's why this list is a bit weird one. I'm not gonna lie. Number 10, João Neves. I'm not gonna lie. I would argue that he could be higher. He definitely could be higher. Views, put both of your links in the chat as well. I don't have it on short notice, basically. If you can put them in the chat. But yeah, João Neves definitely could be higher in my opinion. Honestly, 10th is not that. 10th is not bad, given that what type of midfielder still is yet to come in my mind at least. But yeah, definitely, I think he could be also higher. See, 10th is all right. I agree to that as well. 10th is not bad. Number 9. Oh, bloody hell. Now, no disrespect to Liverpool, no disrespect to Gravenberch and everything, but he is too high. Like, I'm sorry, but Gravenberch to me is too high. Yes, he has absolutely transformed under Arne Slot, without shadow of a doubt. Yes, he won the league, but for me, just no. But I really like Gravenberch, right? I'm not saying he's a bad player. I really, really like Gravenberch personally, right? But for him to be number 9 above Tonali, Fabian Ruiz, and players like that is a travesty for me, at least personally. Personally, I rate Gravenberch, but 9 exactly. That's what I think. The same way as you. Out listening on my phone. Thanks for the mod, though. Big up to you. Big up to you. Sorry that you were not a mod before. I don't know how I missed that. My bad. Even being in this list, to some extent, I can see the argument. You know the Rice is coming. Oh bloody hell, he is coming definitely. Pause. Bruno Guimaraes, number 8. Now, I can agree with this. I can agree with Bruno Guimaraes. But yeah, for me personally, I will say this. Definitely, I will say this that Bruno Guimaraes being 8 for me is okay. Personally, for me, it is okay. Bro, yeah, people, smash the likes if you haven't already. This stream, literally, for my regular time, is gonna get no views. But this stream specifically, I wanted to do because I like to have these debates. Because as soon as Arsenal comes back, it's gonna be all Arsenal once again. Literally, this I already can tell by the viewership and everything that this stream specifically is gonna get about, I would say, 8 to 10 times less views than I usually get. Usually I get about 300 to 400, 250 to 300, or even more. This is gonna get about 50 at best. Just putting it out there, if even that. Mutants have got, dude. Don't even start. It's okay, somewhere in that zone. Yeah, for Bruno Guimaraes, it's actually a very solid place. Very solid place. Okay. Now there is a big discussion. Yeah, without shadow of a doubt. Newcastle midfield is better than ours, without shadow of a doubt. That is the nuts part, without shadow of a doubt. If Newcastle, by the way, if Newcastle had our defense, their midfield, and we can mix the attack, they actually could be, to some extent, the perfect team, to some extent, with the bench and everything. Now, this list is too simple. I should have been at least on each position list. It's just all exactly. Because for me, why Joshua Kimmich is 7th is also a big mystery. That's just my personal opinion. He shouldn't be that high. Number 6, Nicolo Barella. I'm not gonna lie. I would take Barella at Arsenal. I wanted him at Arsenal for quite a while as well. Kimmich, yes, I don't watch much Bayern, but he's quality, and he's regularly a DM now, right? Yeah, definitely right now. But I'm not too sure he should be that high though. Number 6, Nicolo Barella. For me, it's okay. But Kimmich plays right back as well, by the way, people. So I cannot discredit that. Also, Kimmich is a midfielder again. Thought he played right back. He plays midfield. He plays both, just like Philip Lahm used to. Vitinha is 5th, and now the big discussions begin. 5th place for Vitinha. I'm not too sure why, but it somehow feels a bit too low. For me, Vitinha should be top 3. For me, Vitinha should be a top 3 midfielder in the world. Personally. He should be top 3. Even 3rd, I wouldn't mind. But 5th somehow feels quite a bit too low to some extent. With the things he's doing for PSG, how he's pulling the strings in midfield, how he's carrying that midfield. Like, that is the nuts part. How is Vitinha only 5th? Exactly. I wonder who is above him then. We will see in a second. Okay, maybe a bit high, but if Gravenberch is at 9, exactly. Number 4. Okay, sorry. One of them will be Pedri. Yes, Wahaha. One of them definitely will be Pedri. And Pedri, for me, is also a top 3 midfielder in the world, 100%. Now, I rate Alexis McAllister very highly, right? For me, he is the best midfielder for Liverpool. But in this list, to be put forth, a bit too high for me. Let's just put it that way. For me, he should be about 6th or 7th, personally. That's just my opinion. For me, I'm as much as I rate McAllister, it feels like he's a bit too high on this list. Number 4, Number 4. This is just, I don't know what to make of it, because I wanted Alex McAllister at Arsenal. 35 million is a very cheap price, to be honest, what Liverpool paid for him as well. He should be behind Vitinha for sure. Facts. 100% facts. He should be behind Vitinha. 100%. Number 3 is Valverde. For me, okay, I would do this. If it was up to me right now, I would put Valverde 5th and Vitinha number 3. I would swap them around. Basically, Valverde goes to Vitinha's position and Vitinha goes to Valverde's position. For me, I would swap them around, personally. I would put Valverde 5th if push comes to shove, and I would put Vitinha number 3. Personally. Valverde is also a weird one, because he plays right back quite a bit. Like, that is not... Exactly, not a 3. Exactly, not that 3. Swap Vitinha and him around, and you might have something there. Because Vitinha definitely should be top 3. Declan Rice is the second best midfielder in the world according to ESPN. What? Seriously, what? Here it is. Exactly. Declan Rice is the second best midfielder in the world. Holy crap. Make it make sense. Exactly. Exactly. Pedri is number 1. I can live with that. Pedri is number 1 for me. Pedri, Vitinha, and where is it? Pedri, Vitinha, and I would argue, don't know, but to be honest, for me, to be honest, Declan Rice could be like 5th or 6th, definitely not 2nd. 100% not 2nd. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Pedri and Vitinha should be top 2. Facts. Without shadow of a doubt, 100% facts. But number 2, exactly, like, make it make sense. Anyways, we are moving forward to number 10s. To number 10s. Cams. Let's just put it that way. Thiago Almada. This made the list used. They made the list used in FPL. Maybe, just maybe. So Thiago Almada is the second from MLS. Came to base from Atalanta. Basically went to Lyon. I can see that. Putting him 15th though, it somehow feels a bit high. But I can see that as well. Cannot say too much about him because I haven't seen him play. Oyhan Sunset, number 14. I think that's fair. I really like Sunset. I would love to have him at Arsenal, but obviously that's not going to happen. Let's be real. So have to live with that. But Oyhan Sunset being 14th, I think it's fair. Definitely fair. He plays that number 9 to number 10 role, that in between. Actually very good, and he scores goals. He's a body in the midfield. He's very good, so I would definitely live with that. Eze is number 13. I remember from United games. Yeah. To be honest, never seen a heard of him. I have a bit, but not too much. Eberechi Eze is number 13. 13th best number 10 in the world. I would argue that's fair. For Eze, I would argue that's fair. If you take strictly number 10 position as an own on its own and you take it out of the team, putting Eze in top 15 in the world, I think it's fair. Because even if you start to name them, like out and out number 10s mostly, it's very hard to name some proper ones. Obviously, at Arsenal, it's only time will tell how he will look. But I think for Eze, it is definitely fair. Morgan Rogers, a guy who is not even a number 10, is number 12. No chance in hell, personally. But there will be Messi at 2 or something. We'll see. How is McTominay number 11? He's not even a 10. He's a number 8, attacking 8. He plays from deep with support and what's this new phrase everyone loves? Grass eater or box crasher or whatever and everything. I don't see McTominay as a 10, but he's something between 8 and a 10. He's also a Ballon d'Or nominee, by the way, people. So I guess that's why he's in that top 15. I guess. But yeah, McTominay actually has been fantastic under him. He's a 9 for Napoli, to be fair. Isn't that because Lukaku is injured? Eze is better than Rodgers, without shadow of a doubt. How they have switched it up is actually insane. Isco number 10. I'm gonna clap for this. For me, Isco is one of my favorite players currently still playing. When he was at Malaga, I was hoping that he would join Arsenal, but Arsenal never pulled the trigger to this. He went to Real Madrid. It ruined his career a tiny bit, I'm not gonna lie. Then he went to Real Betis, and he definitely has restarted his career to some extent. The fact that he's 33 already, man, that is just that nuts part. Feels like I just yesterday watched him at Malaga, blitzing teams together with Roque Santa Cruz and Demichelis, Idris Kameni, Claudio Bravo, and all these guys, right? And they played the semifinals against Borussia Dortmund in Champions League. It feels like it was yesterday, but that was more than a decade ago already. But Isco number 10 definitely is fair. Definitely is fair. Isco oozes class 100%. I mean, the amount of goals McTominay scored for Napoli might as well be. True. 100% true. Number 9, Morgan Gibbs-White. Not gonna lie, that's kind of overhyped, isn't it? That is kind of overhyped. That is overhyped 100%. Morgan Gibbs-White isn't as good as people make him out to be. That's just my opinion, because I'm not convinced about him. When I watch him play, feels like yes, he does the things on the pitch, but there is something wrong. Let's just put it that way. Morgan Gibbs-White above Eze and Rodgers. Exactly. Make it make sense. Exactly. That's why I'm talking about this. Xavi Simons as an 8. In the 8, Dominic Szoboszlai is number 7. Holy crap. Gibbs-White, good player, but not highly. Exactly. Not that high. Exactly. Szoboszlai in 7. Again, it's a weird one. It definitely is a weird one. For me personally. Bruno Fernandes is 6th. That's fair. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I dislike the antics, the crying, all this stuff Bruno does on the pitch, as a player, number 6 spot for the. I think that's fair. For Bruno Fernandes, I definitely believe that is fair. 100%, I think that is fair for Bruno Fernandes being 6th on the list, given how he does things, what he does for the team, and everything. I definitely believe that is fair. Yes, Wahaha, I totally agree. He is. Oh, Declan Rice got an assist for a corner, I guess. Norway are winning 9-1, by the way. Norway are winning 9-1. Bruno is wasteful and highly inconsistent, but he absolutely shows up on some occasions, yeah. And he tends to do that in many big games as well for you. He's like, he takes your penalties and everything. I think for a 6th spot, I think that's fair. I think it's fair in terms of Bruno Fernandes. Number 5. How is he number 5? Is it just hype on Cole Palmer because he's number 5? Because he was on such a cold streak for a big part of the season last year. Like, it's actually insane. I think it's a bit too high for Cole Palmer. If he was like 8th or 9th, I can maybe deal with it. But 5th in the world? I get he has the quality and the ability, but for what he has produced overall, not too sure. He wasn't that good. Exactly. He wasn't that good last season. Martin Odegaard, the 4th best number 10 in the world. What? Based on last season? Last 2 seasons? In which universe is this a thing? 4th best number 10 in the world. What are we doing here? He won them. Yeah, he won them. But nah, that was João Pedro more than anything. He came for 2 games, scored like 4 goals, and won them everything. Exactly. What a joke. Safeguard is number 4. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Big up, Dr. Seymour. Big up. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Hope you're doing well. According to your country, Dr. Seymour, according to ESPN, Martin Odegaard is the 4th best number 10 in the world, and Declan Rice is the 2nd best number 8/number 6 in the world. What is your country on? What are they smoking there? Even if he gets into that list, I barely squeeze him in the top 20. Same. Safeguard an 8, not a 10. Facts. Musiala number 3. Agree. Wirtz number 2. Based on what he does for Bayer Leverkusen, 100% agree. And number... I will definitely ruffle some feathers by saying this, but Jude Bellingham should not be number 1, number 10 in the world. He can be in top 5, but definitely not number 1. For me, Jude Bellingham definitely is not the best number 10 in the world. For me, it makes no sense, personally. He is overhyped. Like, this is hella wrong and hella overhyped for me. Yeah, 24 was muddy. Exactly. He was nothing. Exactly. Is he even a 10 to some extent? Exactly. That is the big question. Bellingham top 5. Top 5, yes. Top 5, yes. But number 1, for me, no chance in hell. He's great, but not a playmaker. Exactly. He's more like a striker type of situation. Number 9, he's like Firmino type of role, a bit more. Anyways, we are moving to wingers. Wingers, right? Left wings and right wings, both in this, and then we are doing number 9s. So he was shit last season because Real had no creativity whatsoever. Exactly. Anyways, wingers, left wing, right wing, basically. Left mid, right mid, I assume. Brian Buemo, 20th best winger in the world. Interesting. Number 19, Simeone. Not my cup of tea, I'm not gonna lie. Bellingham at Liverpool would cook more than he was. Yeah, 100%. At Liverpool, he would be unstoppable to some extent. To be honest, Liverpool should have gone him instead of Wirtz. I'm going to be honest with you. Christian Pulisic is the 18th best winger in the world, according to this. What a start, the lost Flex brother Mbuemo, a lad whose name can never be spelled right. Yeah, I do it as well. He's Mbeumo. For me, it's Mbuemo, always. Like Bueno, Kinder Bueno, and all this stuff, you know? Cody Gakpo 17th. I can live with that. Cody Gakpo 17th. I think it's fair. Rafa Leao 16th. Well, on that alleyway, over there, ESPN commenting on soccer is like vegetarian commenting on pork. But it is. I'm going through these lists of ESPN ranking top 10, top 15, top 20 players in each position. You know, goalkeeper, fullbacks, center backs, midfielders, number 10s, now wingers, then it's going to be number 9s. And the things I'm seeing there, it's actually insane. Because for ESPN, 10th best center back in the world right now is Dean Housen, for example. Like, make it make sense. Rafael, literally top 4, top 5 winger potential, but with reality, when he plays, he is arguably 16th best winger in the world, isn't he? Let's just say it as it is. Lookman 15th, fair. Blinding season, I think it's definitely fair. Desiree Doué, only 14th. Sorry, what? How is Desiree Doué only 14th on this list? For me, he should be top 8, top 7. How is he only 14th in this list? Where does that make sense? I would say Lookman over Leao, I think only because of consistency. Leao is very inconsistent. Lookman actually does it very consistently to some extent. Leao's issue is that he has a top 5 winger in the world potential, but he doesn't prove it on consistent basis. He's very hot and cold because when he's on it, he is top 5 winger in the world. If he stinks more than anyone on that pitch. Like that is the biggest issue, I think, with Rafael personally. For me, at least. How is Desiree Doué only 14th? Like, where does that make sense? Barcola only 13th. For me, Doué should be above Barcola, by the way. Desiree Doué should be above Barcola in the first place. And much higher as well to some extent. Luis Diaz, another player who is also very hot and very cold. If he's on it, unstoppable. If he stinks, he again stinks heavily. Olise 11th. For the season he had at Bayern Munich, to be only 11th, that literally makes no sense. For me, he would be top 10 without shadow of a doubt. Rodrigo, number 10. Put him lower. Put him lower. Put Rodrigo below Doué, below Olise. I'm sorry. I think Leo is lazy as poor discipline, but when he locks in, he's a beast. Exactly. ESPN and GA merchants. Oh, here we go. That's why, I guess. But Rodrigo had a very stinky GA last year anyways. So why is he this high? For me, Doué, Barcola, them should be above him. Number 9, Nico Williams, another overhyped Spanish player. For international team, fantastic. And another player who is very hot and cold. If that is the case, I'm locking Stream off right now, by the way. Doué is a combination of skill, pace, and strength, but that hasn't been since R9. He needs a massive finishing touch improvement, I think, to be actually better, personally. Nico Williams, why is he that high? Real Madrid tax, Brazil tax, EFC sports tax. Most likely. Let's be real, most likely. Most likely. Nico Williams should not be this high as well. Messi is number 8. Messi is number 8. Make it make sense. Messi is number 8 in the world. Messi is number 8. If he is on this list, I'm locking it off right now. Messi is number 8. Kvaratskhelia 7th. I think that's fair. Yeah, it's Inter Miami tax. It's Inter Miami tax. 100% Inter Miami tax. Sure, I didn't mention. Exactly. 100%. Kvaratskhelia 7th, I think it's fair. I think it is fair. Bukayo Saka is 6th. I can see that. I'm not gonna lie, I can see Bukayo Saka being 6th best winger in the world. Just the last season was definitely not it. He could be top 3 in the world if we didn't have Mikel Arteta at the wheel, obviously. Dembele is 5th. Okay, to be honest, fair. Vinicius should not be 4th. Vinicius should be about 7th or 8th for me. Kvaratskhelia last year had much better season than Vinicius. For me, Vinicius is too high, personally. Saka over Kvara is mad, 100%. 100% Kvaratskhelia. I think 7 is fair for Kvaratskhelia as well to some extent. But the fact that he is below players like Vinicius and Saka for last season is actually kind of mad. Saka is lower than Kvara, but fine, I guess. Like, it's nuts. Rafinha number 3, I think it's fair. Lamine Yamal is number 2. I think that's also fair. And as Dr. Seymour said, Mohamed Salah, since ESPN are GA merchants, I guess he's number 1. How was Vinny 4 last year and then this year he's still 4? I have no idea. No idea. But Salah being first, I can live with that. I definitely can live with that. I think the top 3 is fair. Rafinha, Yamal, and Salah, arguably the top 3. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely okay with that. Strikers. Sesko number 20. Bloody hell. Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is the 19th best striker in the world. If I see 29ers, oh, so fucking. Cronkite's axe, I guess. Cronkite's axe. What else can it be? How Kai Havertz? You know what's the nuts part? You know what is the nuts part? Look at this. Rank in 2024. All midfielders. He was 11th best midfielder last year, according to ESPN in the world. 11th best midfielder. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, the donkey made it. He's above wood. Exactly. How? This is like Top Gunners. How? How? They say who? They say how. Like, make it make sense. Jonathan David, 18th. Okay, fairs. Chris Wood is 17th. Cool. I'm actually okay with that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. What are they smoking in America? Exactly. Chris Wood is 17th. Damn. Mateusz Cunha, 16th. I think it's fair. I also think it's fair. Cristiano Ronaldo, 15th in the world. 15th in the world. You say Canada bias? Maybe, but also not. ESPN lifetime stinker and hosting to college egg ball Yankees. You're dissing your own. You know that, right? Big up Barga, by the way. Big up Barga. But yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo 15th, yet Messi was 8th. Like, make it make sense. Last year, by the way, Ronaldo was unranked between all forwards. Wood is above Donkey. 15th in the world at 40 is bonkers. Yeah. But hey, Marcus Thuram, I think it's fair. Thuram, even though he misses chances, he's a hot-headed at times, but I think it's fair. I know this nonsense is indefensible. Dude, it's insane. Marmoush 13th. Okay, cool. I kind of can live with this. I can live with Marmoush being 13th. Victor Osimhen, the Turkey tax, I guess, is making him that low. But 12th is fair, I think. The goals he scored. Retegui 11th for Atalanta. He had a season of his lifetime as well, Retegui, so I think that's fair. Griezmann, number 10. I love Griezmann. One of my favorite forwards. But yeah. Girassi, number 9. For me personally, Girassi is very underrated. He was only 13 or 15 million last summer, and nobody bought him. Nobody bought him. Yeah, he did not. Thuram did nothing in the Champions League final. I'm going to be honest with you. But 15 million for Guirassy and he's bagging goals. Gyökeres is only 8th. Mad disrespect to Chris Wood fans. I guess Americans don't like New Zealand. Yeah, Griezmann, I love him, but yeah, his time is also gone. Gyökeres is only 8th. So who's above him? Julian Alvarez. Huh. Interesting. Isak, number 6. I rated Retzegi wanted him at Arsenal, but I also rated Dovbyk. Yeah. Both of them are doing great, to be honest. One in Saudi, I think he is the one there. I don't know why, but most Americans couldn't find New Zealand on the map. Dude, most Americans cannot find Europe on the map. When you watch these interviews, people do randomly on the street and they ask, "Can you point out Europe?" And they basically pick Antarctica or something. And they think that Europe is a country with a state of Italy in it and the big city of UK in it. Like, make it make sense. Like Europe is not a... Yeah, exactly. What is a kilometer? And all this stuff. Americans can't find Colorado on the map. Yeah. If you show the map of the world and you take out all the states of the USA, they barely can point out USA on their own. They didn't even know where they live at the end of the day. Yeah, it's actually nuts. Lautaro Martinez 5th. For me, a bit too high, but I can live with this as well. Haaland is only 4th in the world in terms of number 9s. I'm sorry, so who is above him? Yeah, what the hell? 11-1 Norway won, exactly. We'll measure everything with anything except the metric system. Yeah. The nuts part is, I have heard Americans say that metric system makes no sense. Seriously. Haaland is number 4. So who are 3 strikers who are better than him in last year? Harry Kane. Also facts. Big up my boss. Also facts, to be honest. Yeah. Isak is number 6. Isak is number 6, by the way. Isak is number 6. Would have maybe said Gyökeres in 3 just on goals. Yeah, but Gyökeres is not. Gyökeres is number 8. Gyökeres is number 8. Dembele is on the wingers list. Dembele was on the wingers list. Gyökeres is only 8th. So who are better? So where is Haaland again? So it's Harry Kane in number 3. Lewandowski number 2. So who the fuck is number 1? Who am I missing in my head that is number 1? I thought Moldova couldn't get lower than 4-0 to Israel, but they're showing new things every game. True. Mbappe, yeah. Mbappe, of course, yeah. Kylian Mbappe is number 1. Well, we have gone through this list. An only thing I can say is that Americans know literally F all about football. Genuinely. F all about football. The thing... Did you see that? I'm going to show one thing only, and on that note, I'm going to end the stream, right? But this is for everyone in here. Attacking midfielders. Best attacking midfielders in the world. Attacking midfielders in the world. Best attacking midfielders in the world. This is 4th best attacking midfielder in the world. According to ESPN, by the way, people. Fourth best number 10 in the world. You need to talk with your people. Seriously, you need to talk with your people. Number 4 in the world. Is you mad? I know nothing about basketball, and U.S. citizens should stay away from football. I know actually use the out soccer in England. Yeah, Bodgard is 4 out of this world. Prodegard. Yeah, exactly. Prodegard, but that looks like Kroenke's brown envelope. I've ever seen one. To be honest, Declan Rice is second best number 6/number 8 in the world, according to them as well. So, and Havertz is number 19 best striker in the world. So go figure. But yeah, people, this was fun. Insane, but fun. But yeah, I think on that note, I'm going to end today's stream. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe if you're new. Tomorrow we are back with Arsenal stuff. Let's be real, we're going to talk about Arsenal tomorrow because season is coming back. International break is coming to an end. So hopefully going to see you there. Thank you for laughs. Thank you for chat. You have been amazing. For today, I'm going to be signing off, and hopefully Wednesday treats you well. Peace.